Hello, my name is Ian Ritchie, and I'm a priest in the Anglican Diocese of Ontario and a member of the Diocese of Ontario Green Group. I'd like to talk with you today about a webinar that we are planning for the Rogation Days, which are happening in May. Rogation Days were a practice in the ancient church coming from the Latin word rogare, which means to ask. These days were set aside for prayer and fasting in the early centuries of the church in the spring of the year at planting time, to ask God for protection from blight and mildew on the new crops. The church developed processions through the fields to bless the crops and prayerful walks around the boundaries of the parish. Celebration of Rogation Days managed to survive the Protestant Reformation, and they are still listed on the Anglican Book of Common Prayer as April 25th and the 3 days prior to Ascension Day. Some abusive practices had crept into the way some parishes did their Rogation Days, and by the end of the 19th century they started to fall into disuse for a number of reasons. But they are now making a comeback in some locations. In ancient times they were about blessing the new crops in the fields to ask God for protection from blight and mildew. The re-envisioned Rogation Days being practiced in modern times have shifted the emphasis more to prayer about our relationship to the earth and its proper care. This year, Rogation Days are on May 10th, 11th, and 12th. We in the Diocese of Ontario Green Group aim to broadcast a webinar on creation care in places of worship on May 12th at 7 p.m. on Zoom and YouTube. Our guest speaker is Ian Kilbourne, engineer and energy efficiency expert, whose excellent work at my church, St. Luke's Camden East, has given us very helpful insight into how we might decarbonize the heating of our building while also saving money compared to what we pay now for furnace fuel. This was not possible just as recently as 3 years ago. But now, with the most recent generation of cold weather heat pumps, it is. And these are a real game changer. On behalf of the Green Group of the Diocese of Ontario, I invite you to join us on May 12th at 7 p.m. on Zoom or YouTube. And the peace of the Lord be always with you.